Good morning, everyone. This is Nana. I'm sorry, Nana, aka Judy Allen. Forgive me, it doesn't matter. I switch over from Nana to Judy Allen, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm going to say good morning. It has already been a busy week, and it's still a busy week because Saturday we have a class that we're doing online. It's a paid-for event, and I'll show you after we do our penguins and all today what that's all about, so you know what we're talking about. And as time allows, also, I'm going to show you how to take the penguin and turn it into a vampire for a very cute treat bag. But again, I'm going to say that to the end because the first thing I want to do is to show you the paper that's in Sale-a-Bration catalog right now because it's free. And the free deal offers September 30th, and you won't even be able to get the paper anymore after that. So that's why I want to get that done first and show those to you. And then I'll show you the extra stuff afterwards. All right? So with that, let's go down to the hands and we'll get started. Okay, I am a few minutes early, but it's all right. It's better than last week where I had a technical difficulty, silent movie, and so forth and so on. So this is what I'm talking about. This is Sale-a-Bration, and this is the paper we're using today. The penguin itself and the punch and the set here is actually in the mini catalog, so it's available to December 31st. But this paper is only available through September the 30th. And it is free, and the way you get it free is by purchasing $50 worth of product, any kind of product that's in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, and you sit there and can get it paper free for spending $50. So for every $50 increment you do it. But I just want to do it because this is very pretty paper, and I want to show you some things you can do with it before it's gone. All right? So let me move this out of the way, and I'm going to move the stamp set out of the way here for the moment too. And let's get going. Slide over there. All right, so the first thing we do is, like it says, we're going to do the treat bag. And I'm going to have a problem here because I know right now I did not bring my scorer. All right. It's okay, we are going to work with it. Okay, so this is what we're going to make, all right? And all I did is I just sort of brought I tried to put all my stuff together that we're going to use to make where we're making. So what we're going to do here, I thought I'd already scored this, and I can see that I did not. Okay, I'm going to move some of my little clutter stuff that I've already done out of the way and take the focus off of the candy for all those chocolate lovers. And I'm looking for this for my penguin, which is nice. Okay, so what this is you look at this here. In order to create this has got scored lines, and actually our paper cutter has a scorer as well too. And I didn't bring it up here. Didn't bring it with me. I had it in another room working on the classes for Saturday that we have. So that's okay. I know the measurements, and you know what? We'll do it old school. So the first thing is I got here, I'm measuring this out for you. I already know this is 10.5. This holiday paper stops here, but this is 10.5 measurement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this at the half line increment, and I'm just going to start down here. So what you do is you're going to start, let me use my scissors. You're going to start right here. That's my half inch. And I'm going to just take it over right there. I'm just going to make a dent there, right there, my scissors, so I know. And then I'm just going to fold it over. This is not going to be as pretty as mine. So one thing I have to say about using the paper cutter that's got a scorer as well, so it's much prettier than you're going to see what I'm doing with my hands right now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm taking away the excuses that you can't make something because you don't have the right tool. That's not true. It might not be where you want it. All right, the next score line. So when we give directions like this here, the score line is a 1/2 inch. The next score line is 5 inch. So it's always measuring from the end down here, not from this line, but for this here. So I have the 1/2 inch. I'm now going to score it here at the 5 inch. And I'm just going to use that. Get my mark there, and then I'm just gonna, you know what, my paper's already cut, and I already know this is a 10.5 by 11, no, sorry, a 10.5 sheet by 2 inch, so it's 2 inches wide, 10.5 inches long. This I know because I measured it all out. You want to check me on it? Ooh, that says it's little bit more than 2 inches. I would have to check that out. Let me check it compared to this one. Oh my gosh, alright, did not know that. Alright, so this is actually going to be wider than my sample that I made, and I bet you my black one for the batch is 2 inches. Yep, okay. The batch at the end. Alright, so then I've scored that at 5, and now we're going to score it at 6 inches. And the reason why we're doing this, if you wanted to make a bigger one or something, you can, but this will give you at least a template to make whatever you want to make, because actually I already tested this out to see if how much candy could I put in one of these, because you know, with the holidays coming up, and you know, I don't even have to wait for a holiday. I can give people a treat. You know, I don't have to wait for trick-or-treat time. I don't have to wait for the holidays. I can give somebody a thing just to sit there and be nice. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. All right, I hand scored those. I could have had my score downstairs, would make it a little bit prettier, but that's okay. That's all right. I think my chocolate lovers are not going to really care about that as much as they're going to care about the fact that I gave them something just because. All right. So from here, here's some of that pretty paper that I've already pre-cut. We're looking at here. This one here is going to be in the background. This is going to be in the front. This is 1 3/4 by 4 inches, and this one's just a 1/4 inch less at 1.5 by 3 3/4. So what I'm going to do with this is we're going to first go ahead and put this one on, and I'm doing it on this side because when I go to fold and put my candy in, I'm going to put it down like this, and that's how it's going to look. So I'm going to do all my artwork stuff here on the front. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this down. And see, here's the other side of the paper that's beautiful, that would look beautiful, but I'm not using that side right now. I've got some other stuff that I've made some little cards and all that I use this side because they make such beautiful little cards, little 3x3 cards, which you'll see me do one of those here in a little bit. And they're just cute. They're easy and they're fun to give. And they make nice little surprises for people's lunch boxes, put it on a present, whatever. You know, it's whatever you want to do. That's it's your creativity. You know, the main thing is to have fun and just create and give. You know, it's not for you to hoard your stash of what you make. You can make duplicates if you want. This one I'm going to put on dimensionals. It's to give to other people and make their day. You know, if you need to give one to yourself to make your day, go ahead. But give it to other people too, to make their day. A lot of people that would just make their day to get a surprise from someone. That's a nice little gift. Did not cost you an arm and leg or anything. Now, one thing I have done, let me go and get this down. And again, I'm just going to sort of center it. And I don't control Daisy barking or anything, just to let you know. Okay, so from here, then, what we're going to do is, I've got these beautiful snowflakes. And they come in a packet, and I didn't cut them out. They're just, okay, I've used that one up. That's beautiful paper. I might use it for something else. Okay. And then I'm just going to take one of these out here. And they're just nice because it's going to look nice and Christmassy. And if not, it's just, for me, snowflakes are pretty anyway. I get excited when we have snow. And in San Antonio, we don't have snow. For you that live in parts of the country that have snow regularly, you may say, I am not looking forward to snow. But here, it's sort of nice, the idea of snow. A little bit cooler. In fact, we had rain last night, so it is cooler. So I can't complain about that. All right, I'm just going to place it right about here. Okay, and then I have part of the penguin, and the way that I've done the penguin, I have punched it. So this bundle comes with a punch set. Some bundles come with die sets. This one comes with a punch set. All I'm going to do is, I already got the black part punched out from here, and then all I'm going to do now is punch out the white part of it. And you can see how easy this is. I actually made a bunch of Dracula ones doing this. All I did was sat down and punched a bunch of paper. so I can have a bunch of Draculas to pass out. Cute, adorable Draculas to pass out to the kiddos and everything. So you can see the coming together of the penguin there, and that's just simply by punching out paper. Now what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to put feet on the penguin. Let's see if I've got one already set up. I got my eyes already set up, so let me go ahead and do the eyes. And I did blue eyes because I can do blue eyes. The person that this most probably is going to go to has blue eyes. Would I have done brown eyes? I think I would if I knew I was going to give it to somebody that had brown eyes. And we'll do some brown eyes. Alright, now all I'm going to do is just lightly touch this here. Let me see what color that is. Let me do that again. I was trying to think if I wanted to do them a little bit lighter or not. I can do it darker. Okay, just checking. And if I mess up, all I gotta do is flip this over and do it again. Ta-da! Alright. So I got my eyes. So now what I need to do, what comes with this, is for you to be able to stamp your beak as well as to stamp the feet. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to stamp the feet and the beak. And let's see here. You're going to see me. You don't have to do this. You may not even want to do this, but I have a tendency to put more than one stamp on a block, and that's just for me to save myself time. The only thing is then sometimes, well, especially for this beak, I have to look and see where the little smile part or little face part, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got like just a little something. I'll show you when I stamp it. That'll be easier. Alright, now I'm going to use Mango Melody to get the color I want for the beak and the feet. And I'm going to stamp it on the paper first so you can see, and also so I can see if I've got it on correctly. So looky here. Okay, so you might can see, but it's just got like almost looks like a little smile, but it's not, just the way the mouth is shaped. So all I'm going to do is center it right here between the eyes. Okay. Make sure I got that all the way or not. I'm just going to do that again. Okay. And if I have to, you know what else I do? If I didn't get it like a color I want, I will use my blender pen, and I'll show you how to do this. In fact, I'll show you how to do it right now. If it doesn't come out exactly the way I wanted it to, I'm going to do the feet. I just take my blending tool, and I just sort of fill it in. If I have to, I know you guys see me, if you've been on here before with me, you've seen me also take this here, get a little color on my block. And the other thing I do is I can come and fill in there too. So that's why I never really panic or get excited by something doesn't turn out perfectly like I want it, because I know I have my blending tool to help bail me out in the paint. Alright, so the other thing we're going to do next are the feet. And I'm looking for the feet. The feet are out. Let's see here. And that's the only thing I can tell you about having so many different things on a stamp is where did you put it? And that's what I'm looking for right now is I have some feet. And I'm looking for the feet. Alright, there's a dual set of feet. For whatever reason, I might have it stuck on another stamp, another location, so that's fine. They do have where you have a pair of feet, which is the ones I should have had in my stamp set. I took it out when I was working with it yesterday, but you know what? We also can do a single foot at a time. So, that's the nice thing is I don't have to worry about it at all. I'm not. I'm just going to turn around then, and I'll just do a foot at a time. And then I'll do the other foot here. Okay, see? So, I might not have had my pair of feet, but I do want you to know that the set does come with 2 feet together, so when you stamp it, you get both stamped at the same time. I've got to have it down in my other area. I was working on my Saturday stuff. Alright, so here, all we got to do now is we're just going to use a little bit of tape, and I'm going to put this on here. And you can see I've actually used this for something else. And I didn't like the way it turned out, but you know what? I just cut it out, and nobody's going to know that unless they watch the video. I just wasn't going to throw the paper away. So there we go. And then there you go. There's my little penguin. Now I'm going to put my penguin up here on dimensionals. And actually what has happened is I've got this on dimensionals here, and I'm going to put the penguin right here. So I'm going to put a dimensional down here, but I don't want to put one here, so it'll keep the height the same. If I did it otherwise, see how it's slanting right now? That's what would happen, and I don't want that. I want it to look like it all smoothly goes together. So I'm going to sit here and just put, I'm going to put right here on the lower half of the penguin, right down here by the feet area, and put that there. And I'm actually just going to put a glue dot right here at the top, and it'll stick beautifully to the snowflake, and it'll stay there. I didn't take the paper off. It helps take the paper off. Alright, and I'm just going to put this right here. Yeah, right about there. Alright, so the only thing I have left that I want to add to this is, besides candy, because I know if the special person who loves chocolate is watching, they're going to want to know about the candy. So I'm going to just fussy cut. So this comes with it. The scarf is in the set. It stamps. So if I was just going to stamp this and I wasn't going to do the dimensionals and everything I was doing like right now, and I was just going to stamp, I could just stamp this on. But I am not. So I have to fussy cut. And this is what you call fussy cutting. Some people just move the paper around. For me, I think I do whatever is convenient. I think I just subconsciously do whatever I do. So if I can move the paper around and it works, just move the paper around. That's fine. If I have to move my scissors, I do that too. But I have to tell you, you really need small scissors like these. These are nice and sharp because it's hard to maneuver around with big scissors. Because I've tried that. And yes, if you're out there, please say hello or whatever. I will try. I just heard a bling noise. I'm not sure if that means let me know somebody's there and said hi. But please say hi, and I will try to say hi back. Or if you have any questions, I'll try to answer the questions. So let me. I'm just trying to see right there. Okay. So I'm trying to make sure that, you know, if I can, I will answer. Like I said, sometimes. Oh, good morning, Jennifer. Oops. Yeah. And see, that's the only thing. That's the problem is you shouldn't be able to hear that. Just a second. Okay. That's the only thing I can be careful of. Okay. So moving right along. So I'm going to use a dimensional for this. So I'm going to use a small dimensional because it's small. And then I'm going to do the side. If you hear the background noise, that is Daisy. And I can't control the dog. It's a dog and I here, and she does what she does with or without my permission. So there you go. So it's just, you know, it's a little bit of, you know, it's, if I was going to make a bunch of these, I might just stick to the bow, because you have options. I can do this, I can do a bow or a bow tie, so we're going to show you that in a minute. So I have options, so it's not just the scarves, and the scarves are doing different colors and so forth and so on. So I'm just going to take a small dimensional. That's all that's needed, is small dimensional. Here. Stuck to my finger. Alright. Yep. So this is actually going to go to a princess who, her and her little brother, they happen to be my grandkids, are sick right now. They just came sick last night of somebody. They had to sit there and put quarantine for class because somebody had come to sick in school and had a virus. So they're under a 2-week quarantine, and the grandkids, 2 little ones, became sick last night. So if you would put them on your prayer list, I would appreciate that. Nobody likes seeing a 4-year-old and a 7-month-old sick, period, under any kind of conditions. So, all right, much less the parents do. So with this now, so all we got left is to put our candy in here. So see here, we got a cute little card. And you know, if you position the hat any way you want. So this time I'm going to leave this here. And then we're going to put the candy in here. Now, there's no real reason. This is just candy I have already for trick-or-treaters coming. And then also so I can send to some special people in my life. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take, so it doesn't slide out, because you notice these are open. And these are things I'm going to give away. So I'm just going to use some tear and tape here, which allows me just to put down here, and it'll keep it there. In place. See there, looky there. Just want to show you, because it's exciting when things are that simple. I think it's simpler to do that than it is to get tape off my fingers. So I just did mine like this, because when you see it, it goes to fold, and I got any of the kind of candies in bags like this. That way it's up there, and I'll show you why in a minute. I'm just going to put this here, because it's just going to hold it in place, so like I said, it doesn't slide out. In this particular case, you know, if I was giving this to somebody, that's fine, you know, directly, and I was going to do it right now after this, I still would much like to do this, because knowing me, I would accidentally cause everything to spill out, and I don't like everything to spill out on me. Okay, so I'm just going to get this down right here, so to hold it in place, and this is here, and then I'm just going to take it up here, and then I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to put some of this tape here. You know, you could, there are some punches and dies that'll give you a different tag on top that could punch a hole through here, and all you had to do is feed some ribbon through here if you wanted to. I just chose to do it this way because I didn't have that with me. Let me get this centered. I want to get it centered right, so when you shut it, it looks like it's beautifully packaged, and it is beautifully packaged. Alright, I'm not sure why that's not, let's look at that a second. Alright, I'm not sure why I'm having technical difficulties there. It looks like I might have two different links, but that's okay. I'm just going to center it then. Alright, so I mean, if you find it, maybe you messed up. I don't know how I messed up that this and this is different, but it's okay. I just centered it, put the tab down. I know it, and I'm going to focus on it, but nobody else is. So looky here, because I used that tape, looky there. See, my candy's not falling out. Alright, go down the stairwells with a bunch of bags, or go out the house with a bunch of bags. I'm not going to have to worry about it spilling out. That was the main thing. But you see, it easily fits here. Can I put more candy in there? I sure can, and I most probably will. Alright? But that's one of the ones we're making right now. Like I said, later we'll do one that's got a vampire, but this finishes this one right now, so we can move on to the next card. Okay? Alright. Next card is, and I'm putting the vampire one aside, because we're not doing the vampire one yet. Alright, it's this little guy right here. And this is really cute because this is our 3x3 card. This is for my friends that love you, who all loves 3x3 cards. Just a reminder, it's 6 inches by 3 inches, which is easy to take out of a 12x12 cardstock. And if you look this up, this is actually sort of cased. You're going to see where this is sort of cased from the Sale-a-Bration or the mini catalog, and I don't have that here, but that's okay. So it may look very similar, but it's going to also be a little different too. So we're going to take this here, and this was actually punched from the paper. Let me just show you, because I did 2 of these. Looky here. See, this is the paper, and that punch perfectly lines up over these penguins, and that's what I did. So see, if you go and look, there's the penguin. So I didn't have to stamp the penguin. I didn't have to do ink or anything. All I had to do is just punch it out with the punch that I showed you a minute ago. And all I do is when I do this, let's see if I got one that's here. This one I can show you. This one's not going to be a complete one, but so if I was going to show this to you, I would sit there and line this penguin up. Now see, I'd have to cut the top of the paper, but you can see how I lined this up perfectly over the penguin, and I just cut it out. Same thing here. If I sit there and line this up over the penguin right there, it beautifully cuts it out. So that's another way that you can do it using the paper. I mean, I've also used this paper. It's beautiful just to make a card. I've also made a caddy out of this paper for a couple of princesses. And so, but we're not doing that. All we're going to do right now is we're going to sit there and we're going to put this down, and then I'm going to sit there. This is a very simple card. And I'm just showing you how you can make simple cards using this paper here. So this here is just a piece of that pretty paper that's free right now. This is nothing more than a 3-inch by a 1-inch piece of paper on top of a 3x3 card. So all we're going to do is put this down. Now, let's see here. Get this down, and then, like I said, really and truly, the only stamping we're going to do is the message that we want to do for the actual card itself. And there are a couple of different messages here that we can choose from. But we're first going to get our paper on the card, our DSP, because this is cardstock, this is DSP because it's designer series paper. And then we're just going to put this little baby right over here, this pretty snowflake. And we're going to do sort of like I did a while ago. We're just going to put it up on dimensionals. And you know what, you need to keep in mind, so this 3x3 card may go in an envelope. I don't know, it might just go attached to a little bag or something, or gift, but you know, I'm going to put it over just in case I want to put it in an envelope because I don't want to mess up my snowflake. Alright, then we're going to do the same thing that we did a while ago with the penguin. I'm going to put dimensional at the bottom, and I'm going to put a glue dot at the top. And then we're just going to cut out, fussy cut out. And this one here, I did a bow and a hat. So we'll just see how the difference looks. I'm going to take this off here. Alright, I'm just going to put it right there. Oh, you know what, we got to put our message. Let me put this little cutie right here. I need to put this aside so I'm not messing up my snowflake. You know what? It's okay. It is okay. I am okay with this. Because you know what? If you lived in South Dakota or anywhere there's a lot of snow, you're going to have snow on you. Alright, let me go ahead and see where this is going to be. Because this is going to be down here, and I want to stamp this so I make sure I've got everything where I want it to be. So I have choices. I can put it's a little except a lot. It's like a little except a lot. To the coolest friend ever. Be cool, be chill, be merry. I love you a lot. Lots of thanks. I think I am going to do I like you a lot, because the person I'm thinking of needs that most probably right now to make them feel a little better. So I'm just going to take the hat off here, the hat on here, and I'll put that like a lot on. And you know, it's up to you. I have choices of colors right now, so I could sit up there. I'm most probably going to do it in the green, only because that's the color I have on the hat right now, and I just want to do it that way because I can. Or I could do, yep, that's what I'm going to do. And this is one of my favorite colors, which is Granny Apple Green, which looks like lime green to me. And I'm just going to stamp it. So you can see, turn it around. Well, let's see if I can see. Lots of, oh, it says lots of things. Alright, so I grabbed the wrong one, so guess what? It's going to be lots of things. Alright, and then all I'm going to do is stamp this here. And then I can trim it however I want to do it. But at least I've got it stamped, which is the important thing. And so that way it gives me sort of an idea of how much space and all that I want it to take. So I can, you know, put it here, I can put it here, I could even do it sideways. In fact, I might even do it sideways. Alright, I don't have to make that decision right now. I just got it stamped, that was the main thing, but I'm going to fussy cut another hat out here. But this one's green. And I just like the little, I like a little something on them because they're so cute. And you're gonna like the Dracula one. It's cute too. So it's just all about creating and having fun. And if we're not having fun, then we don't have any business doing it. So take a chill pill and come back when you can have fun, which is very appropriate for this stamp. So take a pill, chill if you can't have fun. Alright, let's get this baby on before I sit there and accidentally. That's the only thing about some of the small stuff. I have to sit there and see if I can get them on as soon as possible so I don't accidentally cause it to disappear. Now, you can position the hat any way you want. I'm just going to position mine right up here this time. I think it's just a little bit different than the other. Not a whole lot. But see how I flipped that paper over, and it is very easy for me to misplace something. So I try to keep it all together as best I can, so don't lose it. There's nothing like trying to find a bow tie that's flipped upside down and you don't realize it's flipped upside down. It's okay, I would have just stamped another one. Now see, I'm just cutting this off because for me this is so tiny. I don't know if I really want to follow it around. But with this then, I think with a bow tie, I think I'm just going to use a glue dot. But see, I'm just going to put that little bow, I'm going to put it right there. And I'm just going to use a little bitty glue dot. I say little bitty, let's see, here we go. And we're just going to put it on here. Okay. And then we'll just put the little there. Oops. Sort of change the colors up on because I didn't want to do everything pink, which that would be easy to do because I have so many people that like pink. And then now all we have left is this. So I'm actually just going to trim this down. Here is all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to see if I like this. I was talking about doing it possibly like this, but I can do it right over here too. So I'm just going to trim this with my little scissors. If I had long scissors, I could do that too. But actually, these are the best scissors I have. They're actually better than my long scissors because they're very sharp. Alright, let's see if this works for us. If not, then we can do it even shorter. Because I want to actually put a little bling on this one too. Alright, so see, I have choices. I can either put it here. I could put it here. Oh, you know what? Let's put it there. I could put it here if I wanted to. I think I'm just going to put it across the snowflake. Alright, if I'm going to put it across the snowflake, then what I'm going to do then is I am going to use a glue dot because this is shiny, so that you can see it. It's shiny, reflective, so it's not like regular cardstock. It's got a little bit of a sheen in the way the paper is made, so I'm just going to put a glue dot on there. Dimensional just give it a lot of height, and I don't really want to do that. But I just really want to put it in the center right here, and that'll work because that'll stick really good there. And I don't want to cover up the face. It's a cute face. Lots of things. You know what? I can trim it though. Let's just trim it a little bit. And you might say, well, now that just doesn't look centered right. But you know what? That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered because you know what I'm going to do with this? I am also going to add a dimensional. Not dimensional. This is actually for the paper pumpkin kit. I've taken this from these little sequins. They got adhesive on the back. And I'm just going to put one right there. A little sparkle. See? There you go. So we have our 3x3 card finished here. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next card. And I'm just trying to keep us on track because I do want to show you, like I said, what we're doing in the card class. And I also want to do the Dracula. Okay, so this one here is our stepped up card. As you can see, this is going to have a lot more stuff there. I'm just dumping it all out so you can see what I put together there. And you know what? It can be simple as you or hard as you want. What I've done today is last week I demonstrated to you the die, so how you could use the clock die. And here's another example. We did a little town inside of it last week with some glitter and all. This time, I'm going to make something using that same die set that has nothing to do with this, but I'm going to show you how cute it can be using that further on. So that's what we're going to do. So here's our cardstock here, and we're just going to go ahead and get it ready. I can't show you everything just yet, but okay, I'll clear some of that out of the way. Alright, so we're just going to fold this in half, give us our card. Now actually with this one here, I'm going to show you, we have choices. And you know what, last night when I was thinking about this and making a big mess, you know, I was thinking of putting the card this way, which if you looked, I think it's in the, again, it's in the mini catalog. This is pretty much cased like it. I did it a little bit different. But you know what? I could just as easily do it this way. Now, the only thing is this is shimmering white paper, and if you sort of turn it sideways, you're going to see some speckled flakes on it. It gives it just, I don't know if you can see it or not. It's hard to see it. I can't see it either. But you know, when the light hits it right, you're going to see the shimmer. It's just a light shimmer. It looks like you've got pixie dust or dust, glitter, very fine glitter all over the paper. And actually that would have been pretty nice if it had come across all the way. I can't do that because that's how I cut my paper, and I didn't have any more there when I was thinking about it. So we're going to go ahead and do, this is what you'll see that's in the book itself. So we're going to go ahead and do it this way. But that's an option. If I had more paper, I think I would. In fact, I might go back later and remake this with more coming right across the bottom and going from there. Because see, I just want to show you, because there's always choices. And that's what I love about sharing, and you can case from somebody else to do the exact same thing or inspires you. To see, I could just as easily have done this. And as this card develops, you're going to see how I could have easily done this as well as doing it the way I'm going to do it. And that's what I really always like to do, is show you choices and everything. So, hi Jennifer, and good morning. Alright, let me get this on here, and we'll show you the rest of the story of this card, so you can see. So we're going to make it look like a snow globe, even though it's not a snow globe with the glitter inside, and I don't have the plastic casing, but I just want to show you how you can make something look similar with that same look, even if you don't have the plastic clock that goes over this. It's called clock, C-L-O-C-H-E. So it's going to end up coming up like this. So, and we're going to give it that look. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp this, because this is going to have my little bit of a snow effect. And this is all together in the set. I'm just going to lightly do this, and I'm first do it on this paper here to see what it looks like, because I think I don't want it to come out too dark, but I want it to come out nice to match the color here, as close as possible. So that's stamp 1. This is stamp 2. Let's see if you can see that. You might not can see that. All right, let's see this. Okay, there's stamp 1, stamp 2. All right, so I'm actually going to go with stamp 2. If I don't like stamp 2, then you know what? I will flip the paper over and I will sit there and stamp it again. So there. That's my story. Alright, so there, it's going to give me the snow look background there. Or actually, it's going to be in the foreground, really. Just cleaning my stamp off. Closing these things up. Alright, so you can see how this is going to look. See, so it's going to be subtle. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to fussy cut just right above the line. So I've got my snow looking landscape look, and that's what I'm looking for. I want it to look like snow, because this Nana, Judy Allen, is looking forward to snow. I don't like it all year round, but you know what? Just occasionally where it comes and then it goes. I'm liking that. We had the first of the year, but killed some plants, but it was very beautiful. Alright, so that's what this is going to look like here. Alright, and I'm just going to, let's see if we can decide right now, because I didn't decide this last night. Let's see if we want it on dimensionals or not. Ooh, I sort of like that on dimensionals. The problem is, if I put this on dimensionals, then I've got my clock and my penguin that I'm going to have to do. Alright, so you know what? As a result, I'm not going to do that, because that's going to create most likely challenges for me that I do not want. Alright, so make sure I got this up here. So if you're out there and you can't see my hands, just let me know, because I've just got to pay attention that I can see my hands and you can see what I'm doing. Because I noticed that when I was doing the snow landscape. Alright, so actually I'm just going to run this around the edge. So I just want it all to stay down. Okay. And all I got to do is line it up here, because that's what I'm looking at. I wanted to create a snow landscape. Bottom here. And like I said, if you look at the mini catalog, you'll see where this looks pretty darn close. They actually use a plastic clock here. I'm not. So I'm going to sit there and have this here. And then I also have, where is my little brown piece I just had? There it is. This is actually cork paper, which is cool. So actually, I am going to end up putting this right down here, just sort of give you an idea how it's going to finish up. Alright? And the reason why I say that is because I still have to put, so I'm going to actually make sure my clock is like in the snow here. I want the whole thing in the snow is what I want. Alright? You might want yours differently. That's great. Wonderful. Just be sure to share us what you create. Alright, so I'm giving a look there so I know what it's going to look like. Give me an idea. So if I want to push it up a little bit further, I can. I just want to make sure it looks like it's in the snow. So this I will put on dimensionals. So I have this. Then the thing is, I'm going to actually put my penguin in here. So I'm just sort of giving you the layout here before I start going it down. And I also had cut out a little bitty tree. Let me see what that little bitty tree is. I cut it from the paper. The beautiful paper that I was showing you. I had it. If I don't find it, I'll cut out another one. Okay, I saw it when I dumped oh, here it is. I saw it when I dumped everything out. So actually, when I cut this out, this is the tree that's off the paper that I was showing you a while ago. And so you get two looks. You can either do it this way, which is nice and it matches this card here really nice, or you can do it this way. And I actually thought, after this accidentally fell over on me last night, and I saw that it was this color on this side, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this, because it just brings in that green. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put the penguin on here, and I'm going to put the penguin on with dimensionals. And then I'm going to put that tree on with dimensionals. And let's see here. So we're stepping it up, but the fact that we have used a die cut. This was die cut here. We're using our stamping. And we're fussy cutting. So anytime you do any of those kind of things, you're stepping up your stuff, because that's taking more time. Still beautiful. And we're going to add bling in here too. Let me get a little dimensional for that one. It's a cute little tree. I don't mind fussy cutting, but if I had to do 50 cards, would I want to fussy cut for 50 cards doing this? No, most probably not. But you know what, when I usually make cards, I usually make just a handful of them, and usually I make sure they all look a little different, you know, just to give them something special, so they're special. So I'm just going to put the little tree down here, because the reason is that cork, I'm going to put that cork right next to it. And then we're going to put bling up here, and we're going to put a bow up here. So as you can see, we've really accessorized this compared to the other stuff. Now I'm going to show you, same thing as a while ago. Here's what it looks like just flat on here. And here's what it looks like. I'm just sticking this under here just to give you an idea what will happen if I give the dimensions up here. Okay? So I'm going to do this because for me, when I see this up on dimensionals, to me it makes it look like it's like the clock, C-L-O-C-H-E. Just doesn't have the glass on it, the glass look. And for me, that's okay. And it doesn't have all the stuff in here in the center where I can shake it like a regular snow globe. because not everything has to be like that. I want to show you how you can give it and make it look like a snow globe without doing that if you want to. You can do it either way. I've done both. I haven't done this one, but I have made the snow globes. Alright, so I'm just going to put this on the bottom, and I'm actually going to use, let's see, what am I going to use? I am just going to go ahead and use the tape, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use my silicone mat, and I'll show you what you can do with the silicone mat. So the nice thing about the silicone mat is, when I go and run this down, all the extra tape will be there, but I can take it off the silicone mat later, you know, because it just rolls right off the silicone mat, so it's not, you know, stuck like to the paper or stuff like that. So I actually should have done this most probably a little bit sooner. That's okay. I'm going to make it work, and you know what? I'm just going to do it right over here a second. So all I'm doing is the edge there of the clock that I made, and I'm just coming over here to this edge. And so I'm not wanting to really just stick down there, okay? I'm just sort of getting it edge to edge. I just wanted to give the look. Alright, then I'm just going to trim it off here. I hope you can see that. That's all I'm doing is just trimming it off. Put the extra over here with all my other stuff. Alright, see we got it? See how it's shaping up? Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sit there. I am going to do a bow. I'm going to attempt to do a bow. And I have figured out that if I will just give myself some extra string, or in this case it's trim, not string, silver trim, and I'm just going to take this. Now, I've seen people do this. I'm going to try this today. I've never tried this before, where you take 2 loops, tuck one in to make your bow. That might be easier for me in life. I don't know. Let's see how small we can get it. Okay. For you people that can do that, I'm going to have to practice at this a lot more. Alright, let me do it the way I normally do it then. Darn, I thought that was going to be so much easier. You know what? I'm just as you may be watching today, learning, I like to always learn too. So, I mean, if you got an easier way to make a bow, please let me know. Because there is nothing more frustrating to know that you can make bows at Christmas time for your tree, and you get down and make these little bitty bows like this, and it's like, you're like, golly, like I've never made a bow before in my life. Alright, and I'm just going to put that up there, because that's just going to give it a nice look, and I'm going to trim it. So again, I'm just going to sit there and put the glue dot here on my ribbon, or my trim. I don't know if I call it really ribbon, but it's trim for sure. And so you can see a little bit of it there, so all I do is I just roll it. It's not going to do anything. All it's going to do is keep my bow in place. Alright, let's see, did I smush it down too much? Okay, alright. Alright, this can be as long or as short as you want it. I don't know, I'm going to start here. The nice thing is, if it's too long, that's fine. You can always trim it. Like I told you before, I like to make my cards, and I'll set them up on the counter and give it a day or so and look at it from a distance, decide if I want to change anything. So, we're going to accessorize. We are going to accessorize. Alright, we are going to actually put a bow in the hair here. Make this a little girl. Penguin here with a bow in her hair and with a blue matching scarf. Actually, if I thought about it, would have been cute was to sit there and make a polka dotted scarf. See, if I thought about that, I could have just stamped on the back of this paper here with the dots, and I actually could stamp on the back, cut it out, and I would have had a polka dotted scarf. And you know what, that was just something I just thought of, and I'm thinking later I'm going to try that. Alright, so I'm just going to use a glue dot here to put the bow in the hair. And again, I've already gone down here, so I'm just going to go down here. And you know what, if it's too wide or whatever, all I'm going to do is just then tear that off so that's not too long. All I'm going to do then is just roll it, just like I did the other. But I'm good, it's fine. So it might be over there. Alright, so that's all you do. And actually, I'm just going to put it right there on the side of her head. Alright, and she's going to get a scarf. I'm thinking, you know what, if you're outside and it's cold and it's snowing, you're most likely going to want a scarf. But the penguin. So you can do whatever you want to do. My penguin's going to have a scarf because I want it to match the bow. And I have a feeling I have certain people that when I give them something, they say, hey, you forgot to do this, Nana. And they said, we watched the video and you did this. And they go, why didn't you do that for me? And it's like, okay. So I'm just doing what I know in advance I'm going to have to do. And that's just the way it works. Because you know they're going to ask. They're going to tell me I didn't complete it completely. And I'll go, you know what? You're right. Let me go take care of that. So, there you go. Alright, so same thing here. This one now I can put a dimensional. I just wasn't going to do it with that little bow. But I can do that with this scarf. And there's my little dimensionals. Okay. Alright. And I'm just going to put this little dimensional on here. And place the little scarf to go with her pretty bow. Okay, now the only thing we're still missing is bling. So this is cute bling. It's a subtle shimmer sequins, and I was originally going to get those and put those on there, but these I usually use inside the clock, and when I got the plastic here so that you can do it as a shaker. So I was going to glue that down, but then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use my sequins from my paper pumpkin. These were actually in the Hope kit, and I'm just going to sprinkle them around here, you know. Because the thing is, I don't have a shaker. This isn't going to shake her, but, so that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm just trying to give it that same effect without actually doing it. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm just supplementing in by putting bling everywhere is what we're going to do. And we'll call it a day. Alright, so there you go. There's our card. Now the only thing is I don't have a message on here, so that's a good question. What message? We're going to change messages since I messed up on that last one. Since I messed up, it just wasn't what I was looking for. So let's go back down here. I Like You a Lot'll is the one I really, really, really wanted. So, here it is right here. We'll do it right this time. So the same thing here is, we're just going to, I'm going to do this diagonally. It will fit across. I wasn't sure. If it won't fit across, all you gotta do is put it on diagonally. Okay? In fact, it isn't. It's maybe a little closer. Alright. There we go. And I can take this other one off here, so I don't confuse you. I just do that because it makes it easier for me. Alright, so see, there it is. I Like You a Lot. So I have the right one this time. Okay. I don't need that. Alright, let's get this stamped up. I am going to do this most probably in blue. Since everything else is there in blue. Ooh, I could do the, no, I'm going to do the blue. I could do the green. I'm going to do the blue. Alright. Same thing, just like we did a moment ago. All I'm going to do is take the scrap piece of paper that I had left over from a while ago. I need one long enough though, okay? Can't just, gotta be one that's long enough. As you can see, it's a scrap piece of paper. I could stamp on this side, but I'm going to stamp on this side. Alright, so I'm going to do like I did a while ago, because I'm going to get to match the bow, and so it's just going to take a second stamp, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Stamp one, and then here comes the second stamp. See? And it's going to match beautifully. Clean my stamp off or forget to move my ink so I don't ink up my hand. So the bigger thing would be here is where do you want to place it? Now I was going to place it down there. I could place a longer message, but I'm not right now. If I want to change my mind later, I can change it. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it here. Okay, and I'm just going to cut it right here. I think this will be fine. If I want to put some bling around it, I can, and I most probably will. Just cut it all the way. Alright. And then I'm just going to cut this here. And that way I have a message and everything here. Okay. Alright. And I am, see, you can do it either way you want to. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I'll put it on some dimensionals. Then I'll put a little bling. And then I'm going to quickly tell you about let's see here. So you just have to decide if you want it here or the center, but I think I'm going to do mine in the center today because I feel like it's going to be a center day. Alright, now if I want to add bling, which you know I will, because we like bling. And again, that's just this is just from the kit. See, looky there. And I've made it look like, you know, if I want to put more sparkles on there, I can, but that's all I'm doing right now. I will most likely add some more later, but looky there. Now you got a cute little card here. So if you take what we made today, we made this. We made our bag there, and then we also made our little card. So there you go. So that was what I wanted to be sure to show you today, but I wanted to show you a couple of other things as we work on wrapping up here. One was I wanted to talk a little bit and show you what I talked about when we do a class. And this, I'm just going to take you one example, because actually the class you're having this weekend, we're making 3 totally different cards, 3 different cardstocks. But when you take a class, in this particular case, it's a pay class, and we're actually doing 2 of each. So you receive actually 2 of each. But just to show you, when we send the class to you, Stamping Up allows us to send you anything. We can see everything already prepped, except we cannot stamp it for you. So, for example, in this particular card, just to show you, we already provided the cardstock. You sit there and we have the stuff to make the card. So in this particular case, I'm just going to show you what we're going to do. So in this particular case, this is one. We start off simple and we work our way up. And it'll come here with a message, and then it also has this. So see, everything's prepped. So the only thing that you have to do is actually put the adhesive on it and do it here. And what we do is we do it online. We're doing it online, and we go through and we make the cards together. And we do it step by step, and then we also give you a free tutorial. So you also get a free tutorial that'll give you step-by-step instructions. You get a video where we do it live and it's saved, so you can come back later. It's done on a private, because this is a paid-for class, it's done on a private Facebook page. But that just gives you an example of what we mean when we talk about everything prepped for you. Okay? So all you gotta do is really assemble and stamp. Now, as far as the bat, so I'm gonna go a few minutes more to do the bat, because I want to show you the bat. If anything, just at least let me build the penguin, because you already saw me build the candy thing. I want to show you how cute this little bat is. So basically it's taking the penguin, just like we already did. I actually did some of the cute Halloween paper, and so it would come up like this. And it would be on the cardstock like this here, just to give you the visual, because I know we're running out of time, and I usually try to keep it an hour. But I'll go ahead and most likely make a video of it separately. So all we've done then is here's the penguin. So all I've done is you just go and cut off the little arms right here, because this is going to become the ears. And yeah, it looks a little white at the top. That's okay, because I'm going to show you what it looks like when you get through. Alright, so I sort of curved it, as you can see right there. I would have to stamp it, so I'm showing you so you can sort of get how I did it, okay? I'll do a YouTube later or something for it. So in this particular case, I went ahead and I stamped eyes and a beak. And then, see, I went ahead and glued the ears last night because I didn't want to lose the ears. See how tiny those are? I didn't want to lose them. But when you go and put this on top here like this, I'll go do it right now because that won't take long. It'll still keep me on time. I try to keep this right at 1 hour. And like I said, if anybody says hi or anything, I try to say hi. So please be sure to like our page, share our page, and say hi if you're watching live with me. So I love to be able to answer questions or get feedback. All right, there's our little Dracula. I think I said bat earlier. Look at our little Dracula. See? And when I go to put on here, I actually just did a circle. I brushed it with a sponge from the Paper Pumpkin kit. I just brushed it with some black. And then I'm going to put him up here like this. So I'll just have to show you later. You'll just have to watch the YouTube video and I'll assemble it all there. But there I have a cute little Dracula. And again, I can make So I'll do just like I did here. I'm gonna make a candy treat thing, and I just have to assemble it and score it and all that kind of stuff. So with that, Nana hopes that you enjoyed that today. I did not finish the penguin turned into the Dracula, but I at least showed that to you, at least to give you the idea how to make it. I'll do a YouTube later and post it so you can see how to make the actual Dracula from the penguin and using the cute Halloween paper to sit there and make a treat bag out of it. It's nice and simple, just like we did with the penguin. And then I also showed you the cards we made today in the treat bag, and I also explained how we do our class on our paid events and what you get, so you get an idea of what comes with the paid event class. Alright, well, mark your calendar, because on October 30th we're actually going to have an all-day retreat that ends the evening with bingo and door prizes. So mark your calendar, October the 30th. It starts at 9, and more information will be coming on that real soon. Alright, have an adventurous, fun week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Alright, Judy Allen, checking out. Bye.